Massive anti-Pakistan protests that have once again erupted across Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, with thousands of residents taking to the streets, raising the iconic freedom slogan "Sarfaroshi ki tamanna" and demanding basic rights, subsidized wheat and fair electricity tariffs. The uprising has escalated into a direct challenge to Islamabad's control. Protests have been spearheaded by the Jammu Kashmir Joint Awami Action Committee, JAAC, whose members are defying an official ban declaring them a terrorist organization. Pakistani authorities and the military have detained over 600 activists, imposed economic blockades and halted the entry of food and medical supplies to crush the movement, leading to severe shortages. Let's open up this conversation. Joining me on the telecast is Sajjad Raja. I'm going to start this conversation with you. Sajjad Raja, this protests that have gone on for months together now have only intensified, especially with women and children now participating in this protest. There is a chakka jam, the streets are empty, there are voluntary sit-ins that have been organized, but what's deplorable is that people are now suffering because their food supplies, their medicine supplies, they've all been cut off. What's the situation on the ground? How do you anticipate, is there a solution to this protest that has been raised by the people?
Yes, situation on ground is very dire, and people are very upset, they are frustrated. General public, like a layman, common man, they are against Pakistani control, there is no doubt. They are against Pakistani policies, there is no doubt. They are against Pakistani army, the brutal suppression which Pakistan army has done, there is no doubt. But unfortunately, the leadership is not sincere, and if you closely monitor what leadership has been doing and saying, they don't call it as anti-Pakistan. Most of the leaders, they very clearly say that, we are not against Pakistan, we are against Pakistani generals, we are not against Pakistan army, Pakistan is our country, Pakistani people are our elder brothers, blah, 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 like these things which they have been saying for 80 years now. The difference is that people in PoK, they are fed up with Pakistan now. They have realized that Pakistan is Pakistan doesn't have any future for them, and they are obviously not happy with Pakistani policies and Pakistani control. But what you are seeing here in United Kingdom particularly, and internationally where PoK diaspora lives, this movement is mainly led by PTI, Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, which is Imran Khan's party. And yesterday, even in London, the big protest which was attended by thousands of people. So common people, they were there to condemn Pakistani suppression, Pakistani brutal blockade and Pakistani control, Pakistani policies. But the leadership, you see, Imran Riyaz was there, Sabir Shakir was there, and they delivered speeches, and they are just probably trying to blackmail Pakistani establishment, Pakistani military particularly, and they are trying to gain something out of this movement for themselves, which is PTI. Now, if, say, in future, 2 years down the line or 5 years down the line, if PTI comes into government, would these people stand with the people of PoK, or they will stand with the Pakistani establishment?
Yeah, so that's the question. That's the question. That's an important point that you've raised. I'm also going to get in. Rajiv Chunni is the chairman of the SOS International. Rajiv Chunni, again, a demand being made by the people of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir that they want to be assimilated with India. They want to once again unite with India. There have been pleas by the people of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir to provide humanitarian assistance in Kashmir, from Jammu, from other parts of India, from Ladakh as well. There have been appeals that have been made, invitations that have been sent out to OIC, to the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, to international media to come visit PoK, to come visit Mirpur and see for themselves first-hand accounts of what atrocities are being meted out to these people. Do you think heed is going to be paid by the OIC? Do you think international media will be allowed by the Pakistani establishment and the Pakistani security forces to enter Pakistan-occupied Kashmir and report the first-hand accounts of what's happening?
देखें, जो गोलियां आज पाकिस्तान चला रहा है पाक अधिकृत जम्मू कश्मीर में, वो गोली मेरे हिंदू सिख 1947 में अपनी छाती पर ले चुके हैं। ये वही फौज थी पाकिस्तान की जिसने तब हमें निशाना बनाया, और जो लोग आज वहाँ एजिटेशन कर रहे हैं, इन लोगों ने हमारा साथ नहीं दिया। अगर ये लोग हमारे साथ होते तो पाकिस्तान की हिम्मत ना होती इस तरीके से वो उस पर अपना नाजायज कब्जा करता। अभी मेरे एक साथी सजाद राजा साहब बोल रहे थे, बहुत सही बोला उन्होंने, कि नियतन ये लोग हिंदुस्तान के साथ आने की बात नहीं कर रहे। मैं तो ये कहता हूं कि इनको एक ईमानदारी दिखानी चाहिए। जो इनकी मांगे हैं, चाहे ये कुछ भी मांग रहे हैं, पानी मांग रहे हैं, बिजली मांग रहे हैं, बुनियादी सुविधाएं मांग रहे हैं, इसमें 2 मांगे और जोड़ें तो मैं इनको मानूं कि ये हिंदुस्तान के साथ आना चाहते हैं। एक मांग ये है कि वहां पर जो आतंकी अड्डे हैं, जहां ट्रेनिंग दी जाती है आतंकवादियों को, POJK में, पाकिस्तान में नहीं, ये पाकिस्तान की सरकार से ये क्यों मुतालबा नहीं करते कि उसको फौरन बंद करे, हम अपनी धरती पर उसको नहीं चलाने देंगे। दूसरा, वहां लॉन्चिंग पैड्स है, उन पैड से वो लोग यहाँ हिंदुस्तान में आते हैं और खून खराबा करते हैं। ऐसी बात नहीं है कि हम उनको वापस जाने देते हैं, उनमें से एक भी बच के वापस नहीं जाता, लेकिन अगले रोज ये सुबह और लोगों को भेज देते हैं। तो इन डिमांड्स को वो क्यों शामिल नहीं कर रहे अगर वो हिंदुस्तान के हमदर्द हैं तो? मैं एक बात बता दूं, कोई कारण नहीं है कि अगर ये 2 बातें अपने में शामिल कर लें तो हिंदुस्तान इनके साथ नहीं आके खड़ा होगा। हमें भी हमदर्दी है। हालांकि जिस गोली की मैं बात कर रहा हूं, पाकिस्तान की जो पहली गोली चली थी बंदूक से, वो मेरी छाती पर चली थी, मेरे लोगों की छाती पर चली थी। हमने भी अपने हजारों लोग मरवाए हैं और हमारा सर्वस्व लुट गया, हम वहां से तबाह और बर्बाद होकर यहाँ आए, लेकिन इन लोगों ने हमदर्दी में 2 शब्द हमारे लिए नहीं बोले। लेकिन हम उन बातों को भूल जाते हैं। हम इंसान हैं, हमें लगता है कि अगर हम पर जुल्म हुए हैं तो इन पर नहीं होने चाहिए। और फिर ये क्या मांग रहे हैं? ये बुनियादी चीजें मांग रहे हैं, कोई बड़ा कोई चांद तारे नहीं मांग रहे। ये तो हर सरकार का फर्ज है, धर्म है कि वो बुनियादी सुविधाएं दे। और सबसे बड़ी बात ये है, मैं मीरपुर से विस्थापित।
राजीव जी, मैं यहाँ कुछ अर्ज करूंगा। आपने कहा कि हमने कभी जो माजी में हमारे बुजुर्गों से या हमारे लोगों से गलतियां हुई हैं, मैं हाथ जोड़ के बहुत दफा माफी मांग चुका हूँ। मैं आपकी फैमिली को बहुत अच्छे तरीके से जानता हूँ। आपके बड़े भाई जो हैं वो he has been part of our movement। वो स्टिल, आप बेचारे, उनकी सेहत ठीक नहीं है। आपके, मुझे पता है आपके दादा जान और आपके पिताजी और उन पे क्या बीती 1947 में मीरपुर में क्या हुआ, वो मुझे सारी चीजें, मैं आपकी फैमिली को बहुत अच्छे तरीके से जानता हूँ। और मैं एक दफा फिर यहाँ इंडियन पब्लिक के सामने और आपकी, पर्टिकुलरली आपके जो SOS के मेंबर्स हैं, उनके तवस्सुत से मैं POJK के लोगों की तरफ से और अपने बुजुर्गों की तरफ से जो माजी में हमसे गलतियां हुई हैं, मैं हाथ जोड़ के मैं माफी मांगता हूं। और हम रियलाइज कर चुके हैं, आम आदमी ये रियलाइज कर चुका है, और आज हम जो भुगत रहे हैं, आज हम जिस जबर और जुल्म का शिकार हैं, आज हम पे जो बीत रही है, वो हमारे माजी के अपने करतूत हैं, हमारे अपने काम है, जिनका देन आज हमें देना पड़ रहा है, जो हमारे आगे आ रहा है। लेकिन हमें उसका एहसास है। हमें, आपने कहा, मैं बिल्कुल एग्री करता हूं। मैं बहुत दफा कह चुका हूं कि POJK के लोग अगरचे पाकिस्तान के खिलाफ हैं, लेकिन दूसरी तरफ ये प्लीज ये बात ध्यान में रखें कि POJK के लोग भारत के भी हामी नहीं है, और उसमें सिर्फ POJK के लोगों का कसूर नहीं है, उसमें भारत की अपनी पॉलिसीज का भी अमल दखल है बहुत सा। भारत को जो रोल प्ले करना चाहिए था, जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल रोल।
Sajjad, we've noted your point, and Rajiv, we've also noted your point. Thanks for putting it out on our platform for our audiences to really absorb the pain, the difficulties that have been faced by the people of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir in the past and what they are facing currently as well. Senge Sering is also on the telecast with me. He's a Gilgit activist. Senge, I want to understand from you, what palpable difference do you observe and feel in the protests that have taken place previously versus this united attempt where we see not just the old people, the young people, but also women and children participating?
देखिए 1947 का जो रिलेशनशिप है पाकिस्तान के साथ, एक रेवरेंस थी इस्लाम की वजह से, वो तब ख़त्म हो चुका है. मैं ये एक पैरेलल ड्रॉ करना चाहता हूँ यहाँ पर विद द टिबेटन मूवमेंट. हिज होलीनेस दलाई लामा की जो मूवमेंट है, अगर आप देखें हिज होलीनेस when he comes on the media and he talks about the kind of expectations that he has from China, he always talks about the middle path. आपने उनको कभी नहीं सुना होगा कि जी चाइना तोड़ दो, इसके टुकड़े कर दो, तिब्बत अलग कर दो. He has a way of communicating the message. लेकिन हम सबको पता है कि इंटरनली वो सारे के सारे चाइना से अलग होना चाहते हैं. 100% जो है वो फ्रीडम मूवमेंट के साथ हैं. So I think the PoK movement for separation from Pakistan has evolved to this level, जहाँ पर अगर वो मुंह से ना भी कहें कि जी हमें भारत के साथ जाना है, internally they are very much open to negotiate with Indian government, with the Indian establishment, and get better rights, constitutional rights, citizenship rights within India. They are open to that idea now. I've been talking to different people, privately as well as in open spaces, and I think they are open to there is a lot of changes that have happened. So I think we need to remain optimistic. हमारे जो दो हमारे ये जो पैनलिस्ट हैं वो काफ़ी पेसिमिस्ट हैं, बिकॉज वो कहते हैं ना, दूध का जला छाछ भी फूंक फूंक कर पीता है. इन लोगों के जो ब्रेन्स हैं, दे आर स्टक इन 1947 and 1960s and 1970s. This is 2026. Things need to be managed in a different way, and if it's managed properly, a better positive outcome जो है इससे आ सकता है. We need to remain optimistic about it.
सिंगे जी मैं यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा माफी चाहूंगा, मैं थोड़ा सा यहाँ पे इंटरवीन करूंगा. देखिए कल का हमारा प्रोटेस्ट आप देख लीजिए लंदन में, which is attended by, हमारा अपना अंदाजा है कि about 70,000 people थे वहां पे. आम आदमी POJK के, उसमें बहुत से पाकिस्तानी भी थे, लेकिन आप देखें वहां पे इनवाइट किया गया. अब लंदन में बहुत से जम्मू के लोग, बहुत से कश्मीर वैली के लोग भी रहते हैं, इंडियन भी बहुत से हैं, लेकिन वहां पे इनवाइट किया गया इमरान रियाज को, वहां पे इनवाइट किया गया स्पीच के लिए साबिर शाकिर को. और साबिर शाकिर का क्या रोल है, इमरान रियाज का क्या रोल है? तो ये मुनाफिकत बेसिकली जो लीडरशिप है उसके अमल से हमें सामने नजर आ रही है. आम आदमी जिस तरह मैंने पहले कहा, इसमें कोई शक नहीं है कि पाकिस्तान के साथ लोग नहीं रहना चाहते.
मैं इसको डिनाई नहीं कर रहा हूं.
Yes, you've spoken about how there is political involvement and whether they have vested interest and whether they will continue to support the protests and the movement of POJK if they come back to power. Yes, Senge, you want to make a point? Yeah.
मैं इसको डिनाई नहीं कर रहा हूँ. जाहिर है आज के दिन आज ट्यूसडे के दिन लेट्स से लोगों की स्ट्रेटजी क्या है, और कल अगर उनको इंडिया से नेगोशिएट करना पड़ा कि स्ट्रेटजी क्या है, ऑब्वियसली इट्स गोइंग टू बी कंप्लीटली डिफरेंट. आज वो कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि जो ऑपोजिशन में हैं, आपको याद है जब मरियम नवाज जेल में थी तो ये लोग PTI से ज्यादा आर्मी को गालियां देते थे. तो ये लोग इस तरह करते हैं, जब सरकार में आते हैं ऑब्वियसली इनकी स्ट्रेटजी चेंज हो जाती है. कल को एक नया मिलिट्री जनरल आएगा, चीफ ऑफ आर्मी स्टाफ, और PTI का उसके साथ रिलेशनशिप डिफरेंट हो सकता है. हम इस चीज़ को समझते हैं, ये कोई यानी ऐसी कोई अजीब बात नहीं है. But that does not mean that if they push come to shove और उनको इंडिया से नेगोशिएट करना पड़ा तो ये लोग जो हैं उसी सिचुएशन में इवॉल्व भी हो सकते हैं. मैं ये कहना चाह रहा हूँ. और फ्यूचर में अभी हमारे जो पैनलिस्ट हैं उन्होंने कहा कि ये मकामी लोग जो हैं ये कंडेम क्यों नहीं करते टेररिस्ट कैंप्स को और टेररिस्ट जो हैं लॉन्च पैड्स को. और मैं आपको बताना चाहूँगा कि पिछले 1-2 साल में आप लोगों ने शायद नहीं देखा कि नॉट इवन टेररिस्ट कैंप, बल्कि जब आर्मी वाले अपना कोई वहाँ रेस्ट हाउस भी बनाते हैं तो लोकल लोग वहाँ जाकर उसको कंडेम करते हैं, विरोध करते हैं और उनको कहते हैं कि यहाँ किसी भी किस्म का मदरसे में कोई भी जिहाद की बातें नहीं होंगी। दैट चेंज हैज कम और
Okay.
मकामी लोग जो हैं वो इसके खिलाफ हो रहे हैं। लेकिन जहां तक इंडिया के साथ ओपनली निगोशिएट करने की बात है, पाकिस्तान की आर्मी इस वक्त वो इस अपॉर्चुनिटी को वेट कर रही है कि लोग खुलकर इस तरह बोलें और उसके बाद एक बहुत बुरे तरीके से क्रैक डाउन हो, क्योंकि हमें पता है कि पाकिस्तान की जो जनता है, पंजाबी स्पेशली और सिंधी जो है, वो अपनी आर्मी के साथ खड़े हैं POK के अगेंस्ट। तो मकामी लोग जो है समझते हैं कि उन्होंने ये जो बहुत ही तंग गली है उसमें से कैसे गुजरना है।
Okay, all right.
जी, जी,
Let me also have SP Ved, who's been waiting patiently while my other panelists have put forth their points. SP Ved, why do you think that every single time in the previous occasions that there have been protests, there have been large number of people, thousands of them gathering, despite the security forces of Pakistan attempting to crack down on these protests, they have carried forward with much force, with much vigor and determination, but they fizzle out. Do you see a difference in the protests that is gaining momentum today? We see thousands and thousands of protesters who came in solidarity with the people of Pakistan occupied Kashmir in London as well. They were standing protesting right outside the Pakistan High Commission earlier today, yesterday. And do you see that this change is now palpable and there is going to be some tangible change that we'll witness in Pakistan occupied Kashmir in the coming months and years?
Good evening to you and to my esteemed panelists. Very enlightened. I heard Mr. Sajad, Mr. Sanghi, and Rajiv. I know he stays here in Jammu. I have been meeting him many number of times. So they have put forth very good points, and most of them I do agree with them. You see, Pakistan regime, the brutality of Pakistan army is known not only here, all across the world, and how they have been crushing. In fact, their whole narrative has been punctured of Kashmir with this, the movement which started about a month back, what happened in Rawalakot, Muzaffarabad, and all whole of POJK. In fact, I have been mentioning this, that this is misnomer. It is not Azad Kashmir. If there is any portion of Jammu and Kashmir which is Azad, this is our part of Jammu and Kashmir, where I stay, Rajiv stays. And that is POJK. It is forcibly occupied by Pakistan because the way they treat their own people, they don't hesitate bombarding their own people, which they have done in different parts, whether it is Khyber Pakhtunkhwa or Balochistan or even POJK. So, but the way people are coming out, I have been watching the developments in the POJK, and look at the support which is coming from the very same people Pakistan embassy was using in London against against India, and they used to gather these people in front of Indian embassy. Today, the game, the narrative has completely changed. It is happening in front of Pakistan embassy, and as Mr. Raja was mentioning, more than 70,000 Pakistan has brutally crushed these people in Pakistan, whether it is the area of POJK or even Gilgit-Baltistan. The population has been, the way it has been, complexion of the population has been changed, how Shia have been brought into minority in this area. And similar Punjabis have been brought in POJK area. I think Pakistan has been resorting to disappearances. People are fed up. What are they demanding? The reasonable rate for food and electricity which is generated in their own area. And to see all this, I would like to mention, it is the beauty of internet, the beauty of social media that is actually creating, because I have interrogated hundreds and thousands of Kashmiri terrorists who had a dream of going to Pakistan, and when they used to come back, They're totally disillusioned. But today, because of social media and internet, people in POJK are seeing what is actual freedom, what is actual development that is happening in here. In we have 12 medical colleges in the Union Territory of POJ in Jammu Kashmir. POJK does not have even one. We have two All India Institutes of Medical Sciences here in Jammu and Kashmir. We have IIT and IM, internationally known institutions. That is kind of development which they are seeing. And what has Pakistan given to them? We have 3 airports, one of them international airport. Had anybody thought that Kashmir Valley will be connected by in today Vande Bharat train, the latest train is of India is moving from Kashmir Valley to rest of India. Within hours, you can reach the market of Delhi. Look at, had anybody thought that Ladakh will be connected through Jojila Pass? The tunnel has come up. The whole area is getting transformed. It is becoming future. I think one of the it can match any country of Europe. So people of POJ what are they getting from Pakistan? Accepting brutality, disappearances. So that is why,
Okay.
and that is why this pain. I can feel this pain. What Mr. Raja Sajad is saying, and Mr. saying how they have done. And
Okay.
I agree with Mr. Sharing that now it is 2026. So my only request, I have been told by sources that after this protest of 5th, I am told that on 9th, I think they will be marching towards India's border, and they would be, because there is a blockade of food and medicines, and that is a humanitarian assistance. I think Indian government should extend that assistance to these people. Maybe Rajiv says they did not stand with our ancestors who were Sikhs and Hindus massacred by Pakistan Army in 47. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to come back to Senge. And Senge, do you feel today that the organization of Islamic cooperation that is headed by Saudi Arabia, that is led by Saudi Arabia, which has very close relations with the Pakistani establishment, is going to take any action, going to provide any sort of financial and material support to the people of PoK?
No, I don't think. I think Organization of Islamic Conference or any other Islamic regime, there are 57 Muslim countries in the world, they're going to stand with the Pakistani government. They will not stand with the people. There's a way that, Islamic society functions when it comes to rebellions and dissent in the society. If you are a Muslim within the Muslim country, you're expected to stay loyal. You have no right to dissent, or otherwise you'll be called traitor. You'll be called a person who is punishable, by ethical and moral standards within the Islamic governance system. But if you live in a non-Muslim society or a country like India or United States or Europe, anywhere, there, if you have problems with the government there, then the Muslim regimes, as well as the OIC and other multilateral organizations, will come and support them. So based on their past experiences, I believe that OIC is going to stand with Pakistan. China is going to stand with Pakistan. All the Chinese allies will going to stand with Pakistan. Turkey will stand with Pakistan, and all these countries will, unfortunately, strengthen the hands of the military. If you look at what the Pakistani military is trying to do between Iran and the United States, they're trying to pull all the resources to bring peace in the world. This is how they're pretending, right? If they have such a conviction and ambition to bring peace in the world, don't you think they have some sort of same ambition and conviction to treat their own people with peace? But no, the reason why military is doing what they're doing in PoK, because they did in East Pakistan, they did in Balochistan. They believe the local people are slaves. They do not have equal rights, and they need to be treated with iron fist. That's why they're treating them the way they're treating. So I think it's going to continue without any international support.
No, the bottom line, Pakistan would desist every single effort, clamp down every single effort that is going to be made by anybody in Pakistan, whether in Pakistan occupied Kashmir or for that matter in Balochistan, to try to segregate, try to assimilate, try to be reunified with India. And to that effect, there is going to be every attempt made by way of killing civilians, by way of terming them terrorist organizations and groups, by cutting off their food supplies, medical supplies, and leaving them in dire straits till they are forced to stop their agitation and go back to their original condition, which is also deplorable. So there is international support that is required. India at this point of time needs to come in help for the humanitarian crisis that the people of Pakistan occupied Kashmir are facing. I thank all my panelists for joining me on the telecast and sharing the views. I'll take a short break. Thanks for watching NewsX.